Hello, my name is Anton, and I want to share a patch for creating and modifying melodies with a function generator and a sample and hold. First, we're going to need a trigger sequencer with 2 channels. You may use 2 modules for trigger sequencing or whatever you want, but it's important to have 2 sets of triggers. One set of triggers is going to go to the sample and hold, and the other set of triggers is going to go to the function generator. I'm adding an extra step here just so we can see the triggers going to each one, but you can completely skip this step. Next, we're going to have the function generator. This is going to be the main module of the whole patch. I'm using FranKinksTides, which is a dual function generator based on tides and kinks of mutable instruments, with a lot of extra options for blending the 2 curves, quadrature, PLL, FM, sync, etc., and a lot of inputs to control all these parameters. Keep in mind that you can use any LFO, ADSR, or function generator, but the more options you have to shape the curves, the better. So the output of FranKinksTides is going to go into the sample and hold, which is this green cable. On the hold input of the sample and hold, we're going to have this first set of triggers. Then the sample and hold is going to go into a VCA, so we can control a little bit the range of voltage that we're sending into the quantizer, which will be the next step. And from the quantizer, we'll go into a VCO, filter, and whatever you want to use. The first set of triggers, which is the one going into the sample and hold, is going to decide how many notes we have. So here we just have 4 notes going on the quarter note, but if we start modifying the triggers, you start seeing how the melody changes. Now, with the same set of triggers going to the sample and hold, we can start modifying the function generator, so you see how the melody changes. Now, if we change the range with the VCA, you'll start seeing how the melody starts happening. Instead of a very, very wide range of notes, like that, to a narrow set of notes, which you may use as a bass line or a more controlled melody. Something that I find interesting is using faster rhythms for the sample and hold, so you outline better the curve that you're generating with the function generator, and slower triggers and rhythms for the function generator. Although, if you want to use quick rhythms for the function generator and faster curves, it's really cool to use faster rhythms on the stream of triggers that goes to this function generator. Now, since this is a dual function generator, we can start affecting our main unit, number 1, with more random voltage of the second unit. Here I have the second unit working on LFO mode. So if we start mixing the 2, you can see how we're adding some random element, some evolving element. But since we're using still a very controlled unit number 1, it still makes sense. It doesn't feel as random as if you were using a complete random voltage generator, even if it's looped. Now, this is how it sounds if you're using an LFO. Even if you're using a slow LFO, it sounds a little bit more random than if you're using a pure control function generator. So to wrap things up, we're generating 2 sets of triggers with the trigger sequencer. One that controls the amount of notes is the one going into the sample and hold, and another one that controls how the curve is shaped is going to the function generator. With the function generator, we actually control the very shape and twists and turns of the curve. Then, with the sample and hold, we pick those points with this set of triggers that goes into the VCA that controls the range of the melody, and that gets quantized, and then to the VCO. Well, that's the main idea for the patch. I hope you find it useful. Thank you very much for your time. Stay tuned for more videos we'll be uploading soon. Bye bye.